Welcome to Overtime with Jared P. and Johnny O, episode 96. And we have, some exciting sports news, obviously sports topics that you'll like, but also some sadness as well. We're going to get into this Kyle Busch tragedy. We still a lot of unknown about it. NBA playoffs in the Final Four, and the Hurricanes undefeated in the playoffs, not anymore, and got demolished.
Crushed.
And then Matthew Stafford has 105 million reasons to be happy today. But first, let's thank our title sponsor, Elite Performance Chiropractic. Chiropractor, owner, operator, former NFL player, Jeremy Phillips. No matter what your ailment is, if you're not feeling right, your back, your ankle, your knee, and you're 18 years old or you're 98 years old, he will get you feeling better than ever. Techniques he has learned along the way in the NFL, but also since then, and he just bought some new state-of-the-art technology he posted the other day. I mean, they are on the cutting edge of getting you back and feeling better than ever. Elite Performance Chiropractic, main location in Greensboro, but also one in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, and he'll be excited that we're talking a little bit of football today. Maybe he'll jump on the show this summer if we start.
There we go.
Yep, that's we're trying to get him back on the show here. We heard from him this morning a little bit about it. He jumped right on it, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, I think everyone was shocked when we saw that Kyle Busch, NASCAR driver Kyle Busch, died at the age of 41. All we are hearing now, a severe illness. He had planned to race this weekend.
Yep.
And everything. So what that severe illness was came on quick, and he passed away. So obviously it wasn't like cancer or something like that. It's something that just happened, and he passed away, and it just shook not only NASCAR, but the sports world, because it's such a tragedy.
Oh, it really is, man. And, I'm not a big NASCAR guy, but Kyle Busch, that name, I mean, he's one of the top, he was one of the top studs in this sport. But like you said, 41 years old, man. He's a big two-time, I looked him up a little bit, two-time Cup Series champion. I mean, that's huge. He runs for with Richard Childress Racing, which one of the better racing teams, and a wife and two boys. My God, I saw pictures of that, and then my heart just breaks. But you said he was going to race in the 600, the big Charlotte race that comes up every Memorial Day. He had just won the Truck Series race this past weekend. I mean,
Yeah.
So, he was okay. But from what I'm hearing, and you tell me what you're hearing lately, I guess he was in a simulator over in Concord, over near the racetrack, and something happened, and he said, at least some of the talk was, like a sinus infection, and he was having trouble, with a bad cold and sinus, and I guess it hit his heart or something like that, possibly. I mean, that's what people are, speculating. And all of a sudden he dies the same day. I mean, that just blew my mind. It's sad. It is one sad story to something like that happen.
Absolutely, because when I first saw him, I did get in a car wreck, and then your mind kind of goes when somebody's that young, was it a suicide? Was it, but then you not relieved because he's passed away, but you hear severe illness it's just the whole thing's traumatic. And yeah, I mean, like you, I don't follow NASCAR that closely, but I know, especially in the Truck Series, like he wins every race in the Truck Series, like every race. I think he has more wins than anybody, and he's like one of the top winners if you count all the different series. I read something of all time, because he wins the Truck Series like every week. And so, with young kids and a wife, and when it's not expected, at least you have time to, if somebody has cancer, that's not great, but you have time to say goodbye. Yeah. It just goes over that fast. It's really tragic. So our thoughts and prayers certainly for his family and friends and associates and fans.
The whole Busch family, I mean, his dad raced, his brother races. But, what do you think, because they're all pretty close knit, most of those racers, they're the only ones that know what they go through, man. I mean, I knew nothing about it, but these guys are athletes, I think. I mean, you have to be driving a car that fast for that long, and the training they go through. It's special. But what I'm saying is, all those guys are pretty close from what I hear. They're going to have a tough time racing this weekend, man, with that
Yeah,
on their mind.
I believe
Really?
so. I'm friendly or I would say friends with, I mean, I don't hang out with, but Austin Dillon, NASCAR driver.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
played in a basketball league with him and ended up being on his team, and we won the championship. Not because of me, but he was our leading scorer. He's like
Really?
5 he might be 5'6", maybe
Oh,
5'6",
wow.
a buck 40, maybe. And he was a baller, dude. But he would tell me, like I said, every race he loses 5 or 10 pounds. He said, "You're just." I mean, because there's no air conditioning. I didn't know there's no air conditioning in the car, so their suits have different things to keep them cold or cool them down
Wow.
a little bit. So, but it doesn't matter. You're sweating in there. But yeah, I mean, you have like a Tony Stewart, but then again, he's shorter. But like you can't be but so big and be in a NASCAR. Those things are
Yeah.
tight and small. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm going to wait a little bit and then text him and see what his thoughts on it. And we can definitely have him on in the future. He would definitely
Yeah.
join us for a podcast, maybe talk more
Oh, that'd
about
be
NASCAR.
nice.
Yeah,
That'd be
but
great.
yeah,
But yeah. All right. Well, thoughts go out to the Busch family for sure, and to the NASCAR family. But all right, before we hit the next segment, a couple other sponsors: Estate Jewelry and Loan, something old, something new. Estate Jewelry has a great selection of new and estate jewelry, and you can really find a nice, unique piece for any occasion. Brian's been advertising with us since day one, Jared, since day
yes,
96
he's the man.
episodes. His showroom is really a nice showroom, and you can also go on his website, estatejewelryloan.com, to see everything that he has. But if you got any gold or diamonds or silver, go see Brian, man. He's paying top dollar. Also, Salsarita's Fresh Mexican Grill, located in High Point at the Palladium and in Greensboro in the Target Shopping Center on New Garden Road. It's got a food truck, catering, daily specials, salsaritas.com. Outstanding food. And Kim and I are
Love
thinking
it.
about takeout there this evening, just for a quick, easy meal before the weekend starts. And also, excuse me, for Real 24, Real Golf, indoors, anytime. Good day for that today. It's finally raining in North Carolina. Greensboro's premier 24/7 indoor golf facility, offering iconic golf courses
Yeah,
and state-of-the-art equipment. It is state of the art without a doubt. Please check out forreal24.com. They are located over off Horsepen Creek Road in Battleground, and the owner, Clay Jordan, will greet you at the door. Just tell him Johnny O and Jared sent you. That's it.
perfect. All right, let's get into the NBA playoffs. We're down to the final four, and we have Oklahoma and San Antonio tied up at 1 apiece, and then you have the Cleveland Cavaliers blowing a man. If you placed a bet in the fourth or when they were on the Knicks were down 19 for the Knicks
Oh,
win,
yeah.
I think you did if you did a $10 bet, you would have won $1,000.
Oh, man. I wish
Yeah,
I
because
looked that
the
up.
odds were, 7 minutes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, I was going to
All right.
say, and so Cleveland, everyone's making a huge deal about Cleveland. Oh, they blew it. They did. And then they didn't look great last night. But the series, we know this, and I don't know, every year, even the same in sports media, the series doesn't start until you lose at home.
Yep.
Like if Cleveland loses game 3, okay, you can start freaking out. The series doesn't start until somebody loses at home. That's why the San Antonio loss or win in game 1 against Oklahoma City, that's important. They stole a game. They now have home court advantage. That's when you need to be like, oh, what's going on here? But my quick thoughts real quick on the San Antonio series. De'Aaron Fox not playing, the fact that they even won one of those games is shocking.
Absolutely.
Because Castle has 20 turnovers in 2 games. 20!
Yeah.
2-0. Clip that.
But he does
2-0. 20.
he does everything else unbelievable, but those turnovers will kill you. I agree. Go ahead, man.
Wemby is literally out of this earth. We've talked about that. He is box office. He's the one person playoff that gets me to the TV set. Brunson's getting me there too. I like to watch Brunson play, but Wemby, I mean, if he's playing, my son is obsessed with Wemby. I mean, he's like the new superstar with the league, but also with young people. They love Wemby because he's something special. But I think the Thunder, well, they're in trouble. I want to see what happens in San Antonio. But without De'Aaron Fox, if he doesn't come back, my prediction is that OKC is going to pull one out in 7 games. But if De'Aaron Fox comes back, I think San Antonio wins this series.
Oh, man, I agree with you so much on that. I hate that De'Aaron Fox is not in that lineup. I love watching that kid play. I loved him when he was at Kentucky. I just love his game. There's a chance he's going to play this next game. So I'm hoping he does, because the Spurs lost Dylan Harper to a hamstring. Dylan Harper has been the key to that team, that rookie, 20-year-old rookie that's been sensational. He does have a hammy. He is day-to-day, so I'm not sure if he's going to play or not, but you know how a hamstring goes. But on the flip side, Jalen Williams has a hamstring again. He got taken out of this last game for OKC, but he's day-to-day. These are when the injuries really start piling up, especially during the NBA playoffs. I've been watching them, and I mean, it is fierce. I mean, they let them play. The refs let them play until they don't have to, basically. I mean, you gotta hit the ground if you want to be called a foul. It's been so much fun to watch, but that is a great series, and I agree with you 100%. Until an away team wins, against the other team on their home court, that's when it starts. So we shall see what happens there. I got a feeling that's going 7. But if De'Aaron Fox doesn't play, OKC is going to win that series. Now, the other series, the Knicks are playing just some of the best basketball I've ever seen played as a team. They're together. They're doing everything right. Even Josh Hart, who's not a big-time scorer, he scores 26 the other night. Jalen Brunson, who usually scores 36, he only had 19, 14 assists, though. I mean, he's doing everything that they possibly can do to keep that ball moving. And we talked about it 2 months ago. Why does he keep the ball in his hands all the time? Just incredible move when they hit the playoffs that it's not in his hands all the time. They're the best team in the NBA right now. Right now, as we speak, they're playing the best. I still want a Knicks-Spurs final. I think that would be outstanding. But I'm going to agree with you. Don't count Cleveland out yet. They got a pretty good team now. But, to lose that 22-point lead or whatever it was, that sticks with you a little bit. So we shall see what happens there. But that's about it. This Final Four is one hell. These are the 4 best teams in the NBA right now, just battling.
Well, and the thing is, sports media was giving James Harden a hard time they're saying, his lack of defense against Brunson, and Brunson was 7 for 11 against him in the fourth quarter. He wasn't missing on anybody. And most of the shots, Harden had a hand in his face, like right in his face. It's like, They're like, his defense was atrocious. No, it wasn't. It's just like, it's like some things aren't always related. It's not always correlated where it's like, he scored 7 baskets on him in the fourth quarter. That means he's a bad defender. Now, if you got a hand in his face, he wasn't wide open shots. He wasn't doing blow-by layups. Go back and look. He had a hand in the face almost every single time. But because Harden has a reputation of not playing defense, it's easy to run with that narrative. I was just like, no. And Brunson's done this to everybody in the league. Has anyone been able to shut down Brunson one-on-one without help? No.
Well, that's the thing.
He gets his shot when he wants. He gets a shot.
where's the help? I mean, when Brunson is getting by Harden, but I mean, when you're hot, you're hot. When an offensive guy is hot, who can stop? Especially an NBA guy, NBA player that is completely out of his mind, getting hot out there. You can't stop it, no matter what you
Yep,
do, man.
that's so true.
So,
All right, do we have any other sponsors we need to get to?
nope. No, let's carry on here. What's our next? Oh, what happened? Let's talk a little NHL hockey. Okay, I know what happened.
Yeah,
11 days off by the Hurricanes, but I turned the game on. I don't know if you even watched any of it, but I turned the game on. There was 8 minutes left in the first period, and it was 4-1. I said, "What the hell happened, man? They got crushed yesterday."
yeah, I think you nailed it, dude. I think you nailed it 100%. Is that 11 days off? I mean, that's a lifetime. They're undefeated. The Canes favored in the series, and then now all of a sudden you're like, oh no, they're not. Then you have another team coming off a 7-game series. They had a couple days off. We'll see how they play tomorrow. And if the
Yeah,
Canes get blown out again, then okay, then we have something there. But that happens sometimes. That would happen sometimes. These teams, when you have a bye in the NFL playoffs, and then a wild card team goes into a number one, and it used to be number one and number two seed, and sometimes at least the first half, the number one or two seed would look awful because they had 2 weeks off. The other
yeah,
team played a week before. I mean, it's just human. You get out of rhythm. I mean, 11 days is a long time. So
it
I'm
is.
not concerned. I'm not a huge hockey fan. I like the Hurricanes to win the Stanley Cup, but game two will be very telling. They got their legs back under them. They got back into the rhythm. They got embarrassed. Everyone's already counting them out. They were favored. They lose one game, they're counted out. And so we'll see what happens in game two. They tie up the series. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah,
They'll be
I
back
I
in
I,
rhythm.
I agree, man. This game two will be huge, and it's in Carolina. The Carolina fans never got a chance to really get into the game, man, after being down so much so early. And that's the key to. I mean, all these other players in the NHL have actually said Carolina is one of the toughest places to play. How about that, man? I think that's kind of neat. NHL hockey, toughest place to
It's
play,
great.
Carolina. Raleigh, North Carolina. That's
You're right.
great.
Yeah. Yeah. Who would have ever thought? They do have great fans, though, somehow. Well, I guess they've been winning a lot. I mean, not any Stanley Cups recently, but yeah. On the tickets, I looked them up. I mean, like the cheapest nosebleed tickets for game two, cheapest ones, $250 a piece. I mean, all
Geez.
the ones center ice, all the lower level ones are 600 plus. I'm like, yeah, real fans can't go to that stuff,
No.
So,
Oh
but
my
that's how it
gosh.
always is.
That's
But for hockey,
incredible, though. For
no,
hockey.
no thanks. That's insane.
I just wonder who goes to these games paying that kind of money, man. It's unbelievable. But go Canes.
Yeah, who are the
Tune
2,000
in.
people that had the money to do it? But yeah,
It's amazing. All right. Well, let's talk a little football, just real quick. This Matthew Stafford signing, you know, as an Eagle fan, the Rams have always scared me the last couple of years. I mean, that is a nice football team, and he is the spark plug of that team. And I was actually hoping he was going to retire after this past season. And then, then I said, okay, he's going to play one more season here. Maybe, he'll have an off year and then he'll retire. But now I think they got him locked up for 2 years, right? 105 million.
that's insane, man. Good for him. He's definitely earned it with an incredible career. How much? I didn't look. How much is that guaranteed? You're our stats guy, but it can't be all
Well,
105, is it?
pretty close. This is what I remember hearing. 5 million right off the bat was guaranteed today. Okay, but as soon as the first part of I don't know, first official practice, if he's there, it's guaranteed. So yes,
Oh,
yep,
how are they going to pay for anybody else? So you're doing 51. You said 105. Oh, so then contract year 50 million against the cap.
yeah.
The
The
signing bonuses, I
55.
guess those don't go against the cap.
The 55 million that he re-upped, I guess that's guaranteed this year for sure. He's going to get that 55 million. If he's healthy on day one of first practice, then he's ready to roll.
Man, I would put myself like in some sort of protective custody until the first day of practice. Make sure you get that money. I mean, not that he's struggling for money, but wow, good for him. He's had a great career. I think if they stay healthy, Super Bowl contender, and he seems like he's a great guy. He's been a great for the NFL, and he's paid his dues with Detroit for so many years when they were awful, and then had the twilight of his career has been actually the best part of his career, which has been nice to see.
I mean, MVP this past year, right? I mean, the guy is really kicking it in, and like you just said, he's a very classy guy. I mean, what a guy to be your franchise quarterback. So should be interesting. I'm looking forward to football this year, man. I'm starting to get the itch already, as we all do. The NFL is the talk of the world. I don't know what's going to go on. The Giants, all these teams are, could be pretty good this year, but I'm just hoping New England goes down the tubes after that. After, they got a little tougher schedule this year.
Yeah, and a lot of distractions. So,
yep. Oh yeah.
All right, Johnny, great job.
All right. Till next week.
Until next time.
You.
Overtime pay. We're talking the overtime play. The big stories, the big plays, the big drama.